2, 1.
Welcome to the Catch-Up 10th episode special.
We're all Smackers and Riders, and this is our podcast all about football. Today we're celebrating our 10th episode with NFL Top 10s. Each host will race to see who can tell all their top 10s in only 10 seconds.
Okay guys, start the clock. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Kayla with your top 10 NFL games of the season.
I'm MJ with your top 10 NFL players of the season.
I am Kyle, talking about top 10 fantasy games of the season.
I'm Giorgio with your top 10 NFL flag-laid teams of the season.
And I'm Annie Rose with your top 10 sports wildcard minute.
Okay, let's see. The top 10 NFL must-see games of the week. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
This week, Seahawks versus 49ers, Chiefs versus Vikings, Chargers versus Bears, Titans versus Chargers, Chiefs versus Vikings, Colts versus Chiefs, Cowboys versus Saints, Giants versus Buccaneers, Seahawks versus Steelers, Saints versus Texans.
So close.
No.
Like a second off.
Okay, well, the blow of the week, Ravens versus Bengals. Ravens won 49-13. Bengals had a bye week, so that's their 9th loss. That means no wins for the Bengals so far this season. At least they'll get the first round pick for the draft next season. The what the heck game of the week, Titans versus Chiefs. Titans won 35-32. The last play, Titans blocked the Chiefs field goal that would have tied the game. My favorite game of the week, Dolphins versus Colts. Dolphins won 16-12. Dolphins got their second win of this season. But how about those Seahawks, though? Good. Beat the 49ers. Okay, now to MJ with top 10 NFL players of the season.
Thanks, Kayla. Top 10 NFL quarterbacks of the season according to passer ratings.
3, 2, 1, go.
Russell Wilson, 114.9. Patrick Mahomes, 114.1. Kirk Cousins, 112. Deshaun Watson, 107.1. Matthew Stafford, 106.0. Derek Carr, 104.4. Aaron Rodgers, 102.7. Dak Prescott, 102.4. Lamar Jackson, 101.7. Drew Brees, 99.8.
No.
Dang it! How far was I off? 6?
6, I think. Yeah.
6?
5 or 6.
That was fast. That's it, folks, for top 10 NFL quarterbacks this season. Tell us what you think at Awesome Riders and Riders YouTube. Just comment on our The Catch-Up 10th episode special, and we'll listen. Time to head into the training room for breaking news. Matthew Stafford for the Lions hurt his back. Someone carrying a team like he has, it's not a surprise that he hurt his back. Most notable injuries, Tyler Lockett, wide receiver for the Seahawks, spent the night in the hospital waiting for further tests to determine his status. That's going to be really bad for the Seahawks. Now their best receiver is out. Well, for now. 2 Falcons are injured. Austin Hooper, tight end, hurt his knee, as well as Devontae Freeman, running back, hurt his foot against the Saints. That's all I got for today. On to Kyle. Top 10s for fantasy football.
Top 10 fantasy point leaders this season.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Sammy Watkins, 46 points. Patrick Mahomes, 39 points. Russell Wilson, 45 points. Chris Godwin, 41 points. Will Fuller, 53 points. Stephon Diggs, 42 points. Aaron Rodgers, 53 points. Mike Evans, 42 points. Russell Wilson, 49 points. Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, 38 points.
14 seconds.
Guys, Russell Wilson's the only one who's up there twice.
You beat MJ, though.
Top 3 worst all season. Nicole Hardman with -2 points. David Johnson with -1 point. And the biggest disappointment of the season, Cooper Kupp with 0 points. He was projected to get like 20 points, but he got 0. Hot waiver wire pickups. Brian Hill, running back for the Falcons. Derek Carr, QB for the Raiders. And Jacob Hollister, tight end for the Seahawks. Players to start. Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver for the 49ers. Tyler Boyd, wide receiver for the Bengals. Devin Singletary, running back for the Bills. Players to sit. Marvin Jones Jr., wide receiver for the Lions. Zach Ertz, tight end for the Eagles. And Mike Williams, wide receiver for the Chargers. That's it for top 10 fantasy point leaders. On to Georgia with top 10 NFL flag-laid teams of the season.
Let's go.
Top 10 NFL flag-laid teams this season.
3, 2, 1.
Junior Club Chiefs, Junior Club Rams, Junior Club Cardinals, Junior Club Giants, Junior Club Packers. Now on to Major Club teams. Major Club Chargers, Major Club Dolphins, Major Club Cowboys, Major Club Chiefs, Major Club Raiders.
You got it!
Let's go!
10 seconds! We got it!
Big end of the season update.
last game for the Dolphins ended the regular season with a win against the Cowboys, 12-0. Next games for the Dolphins will be in the playoffs against the Cowboys for a rematch. That's it for NFL Flag a Lay. Now time for the debate. Today's topic for the debate: are the 49ers still Super Bowl contenders after losing to the Seahawks? Well, I think they definitely are, because they're definitely better than the Seahawks. They shouldn't have won that game. The Seahawks shouldn't have won that game. But hey, it was because the 49ers had no wide receivers. Everyone was dropping it. But George Kittle was out for that game. I think that really changed the outcome. And I think the 49ers will still definitely make it to the Super Bowl.
The Seahawks didn't even have their top wide receiver.
Yeah, and we didn't have
For the
George
end of the
Kittle.
game, it was for OT.
Yeah.
Just for
OT.
overtime.
No, we didn't have George Kittle the whole entire game.
Emmanuel Sanders got knocked out in the first quarter with a rib injury, and Robbie Gould, their starting kicker, was out, and I'm guessing he would have made that game-winning field goal. So I think that they're still on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. 49ers had like a lot of injuries, like their starting kicker was out. So yeah, I feel like that was definitely part of the game. I still feel like they will make it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, Seahawks are still good.
So far, the 49ers have had a really easy assortment of teams so far. Not really any of the teams have been very difficult for them, because most of the teams in their division aren't that strong in defense. And now that they just came up against the Seahawks, who do actually have a really strong team in defense, that's why they lost. They haven't gone against the Patriots. They haven't gone against Chicago. I mean, I know that they're not in their division, but the only reason that the 49ers had a good winning streak is because they didn't have lots of good defenses in their division.
The Seahawks played the Bengals and won by 1 point. They played the Steelers and won by 2 points. They lost to the Saints, and then they beat the Cardinals pretty bad. They only won by 1 point to the Rams, and only 4 points to the Browns. So all of their games have been pretty close games.
Like I said last week, football is partly an emotional game. So now that the Seahawks are emotionally ready, and everyone thought that the Seahawks would lose to the 49ers since they had such a good winning streak, then the Seahawks showed that they were ready and that they were tough. I definitely think that the 49ers, when they come up against the Seahawks in the last week, they're going to lose. Again.
There's still like 6 games left, so I mean, who knows what could happen? Like, anyone could go in the Super Bowl, really.
Can we forward this back a little bit more to the 49ers? So they're possibly Super Bowl contenders. Depends on really how they do in the next couple of games. They do have the Cardinals, which they did have a good game against last time, and then the Packers, the Ravens, the Saints, and the Falcons and Rams. And then last game of the season, the Seahawks. So it really depends on those games.
And that's all we got for the debate today. Join us after your regular NFL updates from your top 10 sports wild card minute up next with Annie Rose.
Hi, I'm Annie Rose. Today's Wildcard Minute is all about the top 10 sports worldwide.
Set, go.
10th most popular sport worldwide: golf, rugby, baseball, basketball, table tennis, volleyball, tennis, field hockey, cricket, and the top sport worldwide is soccer.
Wait,
Ding, 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 ding.
A fun quiz for all you sports fans. Which sport is the richest sport in the world? A, football, B, boxing, or C, cheese rolling? What is the oldest sport in the world? A, cheese rolling, B, sword fighting, or C, wrestling? Do any of you know which sport was featured in the All-Sport Wildcard Minute from the Catch-Up Episode 3? A, soccer, B, cheese rolling, or C, volleyball? You can check your answers in the description section of this episode. We'll have more Wildcard Minutes for you next week. Remember to call in your All-Sport highlight if you want to be featured in our podcast.
Thanks
for listening to the Catch Up 10th episode special.
Hey guys, what did Turkey say to the Grinch?
What?
We'd like to hire you to steal Thanksgiving.